Okay. 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 You think that's funny, DreamWorks? This is an outrage. This is a simple outrage to the community. I mean, who even thought this would happen? Why on earth would they fire the creators of the show? They're the reason the show is even relevant still. Without them, the show would have been dead very long time ago. And now you fire them, and now the show's likely gonna die for good. And that's not okay. And here's the other thing. Okay, yeah. First of all, the reason why I have this background is because I'm angry. So I'm gonna use my angry background. But the reason I'm making this is because Link made a short one earlier, but I didn't think it was serious enough. So I'm just gonna share my opinion on it. The thing is that, the reason why the VeggieTales show is bad is because, yeah, Phil wrote most of the scripts, but DreamWorks edited a lot of the scripts. Like, they made it more cliche, more generic. Like, they ruined his script. I think if they sent his scripts unedited into the actual episode, I honestly think the show wouldn't be as bad. I don't know, it probably wouldn't have been great, but I think it would have been way better than the garbage that DreamWorks is writing. Because honestly, as a big company, DreamWorks, they're not that good of a company. I've never really found their work that well, movie-wise. I've never really enjoyed a lot of their movies. They have a couple fine good ones, but when they take over a show, especially a kids show about Christian, like a Christian show about talking veggies, they're gonna ruin it because number one, not only have they ruined the lessons, but they've just ruined the character's personality. They made it so cliche, so generic. They're ruining the show, and now they think it's okay to fire people who were not only the creators, but they were actually good writers for the most part. And not only the DreamWorks found it funny to fire them, but they're also going to recast Bob and Larry. They want to recast Bob and Larry. Now, I don't have every detail as of now, but I'm going to share what I know so far. But Phil Vischer tweeted out that, they're going to try to recast all of Phil's voice characters, including Mike Naraki. They're going to revoice Larry, Bob. They're going to revoice basically half of the characters then. And, and I think, so every character voiced by Mike Naraki, Phil Vischer, and Lisa Vischer, they're all getting replaced. Which is honestly ridiculous. All they asked was that to give the characters, I think a little more personality, fix up the characters. And DreamWorks was like, no, the character's fine just the way you are. You can't stop us, ha ha ha. And they fired them. When in reality, I agree, the characters needed more development. They're so cliched and washed down. And this new series, have you seen Bob? He's a whole different person in this show. And Larry's not even as funny anymore. And, don't get me started about Jimmy. He is not only fatter, but he is also even more one-dimensional than he was. And, Mr. Lunt, is his personality non-existent now? I mean, what happened to his personality? He's like a whole different character there now. I mean, what are they doing to this show? Ruining it. That's simple. Not only are they gonna ruin the show, but VeggieTales may be gone for good after this, because they're gonna start losing fans. And I don't know about if they'll lose fans, but I'm sure the fans are gonna find ways to protest. We already started petitions. I think a lot of the VeggieTales Discord servers already started petitions. And we support that. This is unacceptable. We need Phil, Mike, and Lisa, and all those guys to come back. I mean, seriously, the show without them is just a lifeless, generic kids cartoon. But with them, it's a unique, creative, fun kids show experience that where you can learn Christian values, not only just Christian values, but important life values as well for everyone. And that is a very important goal to a kids show. And honestly, DreamWorks, they've made the life skills so basic. All it's been so far is it's either about like, being kind and sharing. What else have they talked about on the new show? Other than being kind and sharing. There's other stuff than that. In fact, there's plenty of other stuff than that. What about, I can name a bunch more, other stuff that's important. Like, they gotta learn, not only do they need to learn about more social skills, communication skills, awareness, but they need to learn about respectability, accountability, and they need to be resilient. Kids need to be prepared. If they want to be prepared to go, to move on with life, this shows need to help them. I mean, I know their parents will educate them, but the show, it helps too. Kids shows help kids too, in a way. At least if they're educational. Now, this Vegetable is very educational, I think. I think it's educational for the most part. Usually, I think every episode has at least some sort of education value. Mostly the story, but there's other little bits that have educational value. And they also find a way to keep it consistent and funny for the most part. A lot of other kids shows don't do that. Especially Nickelodeon. I find a lot of modern Nickelodeon shows, modern Nickelodeon shows very inconsistent, and I'm not really a fan of it, and I think this is what's going to end up happening with the show, except it's just going to be bad. It's not even going to be inconsistent. It's just going to be bad. Really bad. Like, really bad. And they won't even care. They're just ruining the show. I want to know. It's like it's intentional almost. Why else would they fire? That's just a dumb decision. Why? What would make you think, oh, let's fire the original creators? What would make you think that's a good idea? Only idiots who have no brains would think that's a good idea. Like DreamWorks. And I'm pretty sure they're owned by DreamWorks. I think they're also owned by NBC too, but I think DreamWorks has done most of the stuff for the show recently. Once Big Idea sold the show, it just got downhill. And I mean, I'm not saying they couldn't have. I think they were kind of forced to sell the show. I'm not too sure about that, but I think they were like in a lot of money They're going through a lot of money issues. That might have been why they sold it. I'm not entirely sure, but either way, that really just messed everything up. And then over the years, Phil's been starting to become like a minion to these DreamWorks slowly and slowly. Like, he started off as like a leader first, then he slowly became more background, and DreamWorks slowly kept taking over more and more and more as the years have gone on, and the episodes have been arguably getting worse and worse and worse as the years went on. And now that everyone is fired, this show is probably doomed. Unless we find a way to get them back, it's probably doomed. It's probably done. I think DreamWorks will totally destroy the show. I don't think it could be revived unless Phil, Mike, and their families find a way to get back into the show. I mean, who knows? They could maybe start their own thing, but is that even legal? They'll probably get sued by DreamWorks. I don't know. There's a whole lot of possible things they could do. And what's going to happen now? Are they just going to disappear? Are we never going to hear from them again? If it turns out they're really, really fired? As of now, it seems like they're actually fired. And that's concerning. Yeah, I want to be positive here, but I just really don't think I can. I really don't think I can be positive here. And this is all DreamWorks' fault. This is NBC's fault. It's just... I just want to thank Phil Vischer and Mike Naraki for doing their best to make this show the way it is, because they did a great job for the most part, and it's so sad to see them go. And as a person who admires the show, it's just very sad to see the original creators go, because they did a great show. They're the reason this show got big. They're the reason this show existed. And this wouldn't have been a thing without them. Big Idea wouldn't have existed without them. Especially the show itself. So, I mean, you gotta give them credit for all their hard work they put in the past years. It's very unfortunate that they're gone, that they're probably gone now, but we should be thankful that he gave us like 25 years, not even 25. He gave us about like almost 30 years worth of Veggietales, which is insane. And it's just, you just gotta thank him for that. I mean, he's been loyal to the show for a while. I mean, I hope he still continues to report the show, but honestly, after getting fired, I probably wouldn't. And it's tough. Knowing that the creator lost the job, it's honestly a disgrace for DreamWorks. How could they even have fired Phil? How is that even possible? Is it just because he doesn't really technically own it now? It's just because he's one of their minions now? It's crazy how they were even fireable. DreamWorks is a clown organization, and they should be bought down. If DreamWorks just goes, I'm not gonna miss them. What good movie did they make? I mean, I'm not saying they made all horrible movies. They had a couple good movies, but other than what did they make that was like excellent movie? I mean, it's a shame. I mean, DreamWorks can just go. They can just go eat poop. Like, I really don't care. They can go eat poop in a hole and be trapped there forever. I mean, I hope their company fails. I really hope they get destroyed. I hope they go bankrupt. I mean, I hope NBC just dies out as a channel. They don't even have good stuff on there. That channel sucks. And I hope they fail miserably for doing what they did. I hope they get karma. I hope they really get karma. I just want them to get destroyed. And I hope that people go against them. Because as of now, from what I've seen, the whole community is outraged. I mean, which I'm not surprised about. This community adored Phil Vischer. They adored Phil Vischer. And the amount of hate this guy has gotten his whole career is ridiculous. And the fact that he still has stood up is insane. And I admire him for that. Sure, the haters got what they wanted. But it's ridiculous. This is unacceptable. I mean, I was working. I was doing my job. I got home, went online on Discord, and then I saw all this. It's honestly crazy how insane the world can be, and how many people make stupid decisions. Because in reality, humans, we're smart, but we're also idiots at the same time. Because, sure, we can make mistakes, but like, making mistakes is one thing. But if you go that far by firing the creator of the show, are you insane? I'll rant on about this decision for hours, but I'm going to leave it there. This show is probably doomed. I could try to be positive, but as of now, I honestly don't even know. Like, could they get their way back on this show somehow? I doubt it. I don't know. And I think without them, the show is gonna get canceled. I mean, like the whole franchise is gonna get canceled. Nobody's gonna want to watch it now. They just want to watch the older episodes. So I would just say, be grateful that you have what you have. Because there's a lot of binging you could do with this show. There's a decent amount anyway. And I just want to say, thank you, Phil. Thank you, Mike. You guys contributed greatly to this show. And I will never forget everything you've done. Just please stay safe. Go on with life. And do not hesitate to continue being inspired by the fact that you were able to create such a good show. I mean, it really is a good show. I just want to thank them for everything they've given us. And I'll leave it there. Thank you all for watching. This is gonna be a very, very hard adjustment. Honestly, we can't even let this happen. Like, we can't, but is there a way we can stop it? Probably not, but we're gonna try. So yeah, that's all, guys. See ya, I guess.